Here I am in the middle of the night, sweating up a storm because my fan is turned off and my window is closed so that as much as possible there is no noise when I record this. And I find myself with nothing to say. This is supposed to be my assignment for the story of my life, and I've struggled with this for days. Tried to figure out, what can I say about the story of my life? What can I say about my life that is worth it or that is interesting? And I just couldn't think of anything. Here I am before CVAP, a writer and a storyteller, and yet the most ironic thing is I can't find the words to say. I can't find the words to write, and I can't find it in my heart to describe what my life story is. Frankly, because when I inspect myself or I reflect, there's nothing really interesting about my life. And I don't mean that to sound down. I don't mean that to look down on myself. But really, there are a dozen things, 100 things, 1,000 things more interesting than my life. I find everything that I've watched, whether it's a movie, a TV show, a cartoon, an anime, I find those things way more interesting than my real life. And I also find the people around me more interesting, such as my friends, who have always been there for me, and as well as the things that I get to see that I don't see every day. In the event that I do go outside, I see the sun shining down on me, and that's way more interesting. I walk around, I get fresh air. I rarely do that because I'm an introvert and like to stay indoors, but it's still interesting. A lot of things are interesting and way more interesting than my life. And right now I'm struggling to find the words to say, because I think that my life is full of experiences, it's full of people, full of confrontations, full of challenges, and full of victories as well. But all at the same time, they're infinitely more interesting than if I were to frame them as part of my life. So the sum of all these things doesn't really make for an interesting story. But what I do find interesting is everything else. My life has been full of ups and downs, and I'm just very thankful to be alive. The story of my life is inconsequential. The story of my life is, to me at least, I'm not sure if other people agree, but the story of my life is meaningless, because to me, what means something isn't my life, but it's what I decide to do with it.